Girl, we're in the trenches. It's official. So this video is very improvised, as you can see. I literally just turned on the camera and got my microphone. Oh, wait. I got this. This should get rid of the plosives. And yes, I'm the kind of girl that knows what plosives are now. So this video is very unplanned. And this is because I truly think that the YouTube algorithm hates me at this point. Not me spending 1 month doing a video, researching a video, filming with beautiful aesthetics and beautiful setup on a nice topic like plastic surgery. I mean, come on, everybody wants to know things about plastic surgery. And that lasts 30 minutes and then YouTube lets it flop it. Like, hello? So honestly, it's very discouraging when you put in so much effort and so much time into something that you absolutely love. And I don't regret it because I truly think that that was the best YouTube video that I've ever done. But it's also disheartening. So it's been quite a while since I had the guts to film anything else. So today we're doing low effort content. Yay! And also, it's not like I wasn't doing anything for the last month. I mean, I kind of opened up a vintage shop. I'm doing a lot of styling content and also teaching people how to date vintage clothing over on Instagram and TikTok. So we are active on the other platforms, girlies. So today we are discussing fashion aesthetics. There's currently I can't look up the number, I'll put it here. This amount of number of aesthetics, which is insane. And my initial idea was to go through all of the aesthetics and do a separate video for all of them, but that would take decades and centuries and millennia to finish. So instead, we're going to discover them together and rank them because we do love a good ranking video. So the ranking tiers are changing this video. I'm sorry, I can't. We need something else. I got bored of those ones. So because this is a low effort video, we are only having 3 tiers. The budget is cut. I'm sorry, we don't have the money for the other 2 tiers. It's only 3 this time. So we have big sleigh, medium sleigh, and trenches. I think it's self-explanatory, to be honest. And if you're asking yourself, why aren't you sitting on the chair but on the ground? Doesn't make any sense. It's because if I sit on the chair, look what happens. You can't see the chair anymore. Love the ring light situation. Here, now like this, so much better. You can see the pretty flowers. It's so cute. Anyway, focus. Aesthetics. So I just realized that my computer glitched and it hasn't been recording the sound for the last 10 minutes, 12 minutes. This is a low effort video. We have to accept that there will be consequences if the video is low effort. So I guess you're gonna get bad audio for the next few minutes. Enjoy! So we stopped on athlete for the last video and now we're going to the next one, which is Atompunk. Looking at the picture, already giving big sleigh energy. Big sleigh energy, I can't deny it. Very futuristic, very interesting, but I don't really understand how this is fashion. So Atompunk is an aesthetic centered around a view of the future from the perspective of the 50s and the 60s. It tends to use a distinct, brightly colored art style. It often depicts imagery associated with traditionally American values, particularly a belief in the nuclear family and the suburban lifestyle. Never mind, it's going in the trenches. We love a nuclear family, but we don't love pushing it to everybody on this planet. I mean, considering that the 50s and 60s were notorious for the invention of plastic and subsequently Tupperware and subsequently microplastics in today's age, I'm not sure that they had the right idea of what the future should look like. It's very interesting to look like how the setting is like a futuristic era, but then the clothes are still like the 50s and the 60s, like they really thought the fashion is not gonna progress in any way in the future. The only fashion I can see is these guys that are flying around in like an spandex astronaut suit, which of course we see the woman in short shorts having her legs accentuated. Like, no. Trenches vibes. Next. Autumn. We have a little pumpkin, we have a little pair of socks, and we have some leaves. Very original, I'm sure. Let's dive into it. Autumn, also known as fall, is one of the 4 temperate seasons. Really. Its related status as the season of the primary harvest has dominated its themes and popular items. Popular aspects of this aesthetic includes fruits, falling leaves. In terms of fashion aesthetic is turtlenecks, I see beige, I see orange, I see pumpkin spice latte, classic. And honestly, it's just not giving that very hyper specific, interesting vibe that I'm looking for. So It's not problematic, so it's not going in the trenches, but it's also not a big slay. It's a medium slay. Avant-Apocalypse. Avant-Apocalypse is a fashion aesthetic characterized by neutral maximalism and wearing pieces incorrectly. The aesthetic contains elements of Babycore or post-apocalyptic, as well as upcycling and subversive basics. Big slay energy. I really love the idea of combining clothes in an interesting way, so this has a lot of promises. What I'm seeing are gloves, very khaki gray, obviously post-apocalyptic colors, because we think that all the colors are gonna disappear if the world is gonna go in an apocalypse mode, and people are only going to be allowed grays and khakis. But on the other hand, it kind of makes sense, because like if we don't have an industry that would create dyes and dye the fabrics, then we are resorting to very basic colors. But on the other hand, I mean, we know that very bright, beautiful colors can be obtained also naturally. So the conclusion of this debate is we need more colors. Not accurate. We can allow a few more colors than khaki and black. Come on. We have masks, we have hoodies, we have cutouts and like ripped kind of style of the clothes. Very punk, very interesting. Popular visual cues include layers, sheer fabrics, unconventional silhouettes, deconstruction, neutral tones. It's a big slay. It's a big slay. Next, we're going to avant-garde. Avant-garde is an idea that refers to innovative or experimental concepts or works or the group of people producing them. Pushing boundaries with this development of Cubism, Pablo Picasso was part of the early 20th century art world's avant-garde. We hate Pablo Picasso. Actually, Picasso and Matisse were notorious for stealing their art style from a less known artist named Baya Mayedine. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She was a 16-year-old Algerian girl, and her style of painting was revolutionary at that time, honestly. I really love her paintings. You should really check her out. But going back to avant-garde. In fashion terms, avant-garde spanned generations of notable designers who reshaped the way people perceive and wear colors. So again, it's the idea to wear clothes in a non-conformist way, I guess, to try and be special and just do everything the other way around compared to the people at that period of time. I think something similar to that was what we discussed about anti-fashion and alternative. Avant-garde is kind of the same. I mean, it's just naming it in different words. Is it big slay or is it medium slay? Medium slay because it's not hyper-specific. And we finished with the letter A. Yes. And we're going into letter B. We are only at the beginning of this journey, girls. And we are back with good audio. Yay! So the B movie horror aesthetic is a love letter to a mostly bygone era of film. It is taken from the often outlandish looks of cheaply made 1930s to 1980s B-horror movies. Let's look at the clothes. There's no pictures of the clothes. Key values: low budgets, formulaic scripts, relatively short running times, and minimal production design. Just like this video. I'm just gonna put it in the medium. I'm sorry. I guess I can put some pictures while editing. You decide for yourself. This one I'm not ranking. You decide, you rank it for yourself. And we're going into Babycore. Already thinking it's gonna be problematic. Babycore involves gentle, pastel, or cute childlike innocence. This aesthetic leans towards softer, more kawaii elements and is distinguished from kidcore through its usage of lighter colors and visuals typically reserved for babies and toddlers. Trenches. I don't think I have to explain that one to you. I mean, it's adult people romanticizing children's clothes and wearing them. I'm trying to be understanding, and it's not even children's, it's toddlers. Am I open-minded enough? I don't know. I really don't know. No, it's the trenches for me. It's just giving trenches vibes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Babygirl. Babygirl is an aesthetic taken from the BD subgenre of the same name. Babygirl encompasses sweet and innocent imagery and attitudes. Okay. Trenches. I'm sorry. It's trenches. This is my ranking. This is going into the trenches. Baddie. Baddie is an aesthetic primarily associated with Instagram and beauty gurus on YouTube that is centered around being conventionally attractive by today's beauty of standards. Because of the trendiness of this aesthetic, it can often have parallels with other trendy aesthetics. I mean, it's kind of slay. It's very slay. Highly generous products are Baddie, apparently, long dark straight wigs of hair. Subgenres, drugstore queen is an aesthetic that involves looking fashionable in a Baddie style by using drugstore items such as hair accessories and various skincare and makeup products, usually at a cheaper price than the more expensive Kardashian-esque Baddie looks. I mean, we love economical Baddie. We love saving money. We love being careful with our money. We also have the Insta Baddie, the luxurious Baddie. And we have some examples like Cardi B, Saweetie, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce. For fashion, we have silk and satin dresses, faux fur coats, boots, clothing with sparkles, rhinestones, or fur, towel on head, not really fashion, but see gallery for examples. Okay, so like getting ready, like a kind of getting ready aesthetic. All right, big slay energy. Next, we are going into Ballet Academia. We are touching upon one of the thousands of academia subgenres in the internet and today's age and era. Ballet Academia or balletic is an aesthetic that takes aspects from... Are you recording? Yes, it's recording. And focuses them on ballet and classical dance world. It takes the already present romanticism of ballet themselves and gears it towards the academia culture. It includes imagery from classical and contemporary ballet as well as modern, postmodern dance. For fashion, we have black, white, and nude leotards, pastel tea-length dresses, prairie dresses, bottom blouses. For bottoms, we have romantic leg tutus, baggy or palazzo pants. I have no idea what that means. We're gonna put a picture, I guess. Short ballerina skirts, floaty maxi skirts. For footwear, of course, we have the ballet flats. I still don't really understand how is this different from Babycore, but it's slay. I mean, it's very slay. And next we have, of course, Balletcore, which is kind of the same thing. I really don't understand what's the difference. Why do we have to invent so many aesthetics? I mean, I know why we have to invent this many aesthetics. Usually aesthetics are more popular with teenagers because this is the time when you want to find out who you are, and it's a lot easier to have a set of rules to like choose a certain aesthetic and abide by their rules than to try to invent your own aesthetic. I mean, when I was growing up, I was constantly doing tests like, who are you from the Winx girls? Who are you from the Witch girls? Who are you from the Totally Spies girls? And I guess the aesthetics nowadays are kind of the same thing for nowadays teenagers. And the character that I would choose, I would like abide by their style religiously and just identify fully with their backstory, with their fashion clothes, with just everything. Guess who I was in the Winx Club? Guess. I really don't think you're gonna guess. I'm gonna give you a tip. I had black short hair when I was younger, and I was also playing guitar. So Babycore is the same thing. We're just gonna put it in the same category. Big slay. I really don't have the time to understand the differences between the two. I'm sorry. Barbiecore, slay. Like, do I even need to explain to you why this is slay? The person that I will become when the Barbie movie comes out, I'm sorry for being that person. I'm already apologizing. It doesn't sound like I'm sorry at all. I just love the memes with like one ticket to Barbie and then it's the most unhinged people and characters I've ever seen, and if that is not a mood, I don't know what it is.
Breaking news about the Barbie movie. While editing, my boyfriend shows me that John Cena is gonna play in the movie as a mermaid. I mean, come on, this movie just cannot get any better. John Cena, a mermaid. I want his tail to be pink so bad.
So Barbiecore is a girly aesthetic inspired by Mattel fashion doll Barbie. Barbiecore is the more kid-friendly version of its more adult, jaded sister bubblegum B-word. Huh? Anyway, I guess we're gonna get to that one very soon. So for the fashion, we have baby tees or crop tops, marabou feathers, low-rise jeans, belly chains, mini skirts, velvet tracksuits, tennis skirts, faux fur coats and jackets, high heels, Ugg boots, knee-high boots, athletic sneakers, tennis shoes. And for accessories, we have expensive plush clothing and shoes, animal prints in varying shades, pink and purple, clear and holographic accessories, heart-shaped glasses, tiny purses or shoulder bags, plastic hair clips, and jewelry. I love it. I love the Barbiecore. If the 13-year-old me would see me now saying that I love Barbiecore, cancelled, cringe, not talking to me, telling me that I'm just like the other girls. And there's been a lot of healing since then, I'm sure, for all of us. This is why we're so obsessed with the movie Barbie now, because we're all finally getting to live our true feminine sides, which is amazing. I love it. So we're going now into Baroque. Slay. Just slay. I love Baroque. I love the architecture. I love the style. I love the paintings. I love the Marie Antoinette movie. I love how I'm like, I love the Marie Antoinette movie, not Marie Antoinette. No, I'm kind of obsessed with Marie Antoinette's story as well. There's this really interesting thing that I saw in a museum, which is apparently when Marie Antoinette, it was her day when she would go into the other world, and she was going on the platform where the French people usually deal with the royalty after a revolution. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be PG-13 here. So she actually tripped and lost her shoe, and that shoe allegedly was taken by a random person in the crowd, and the museum found it, and now you can see it, and it's all written like allegedly, but like still a fun story. I like to believe that that one was the shoe. Just random info dumping on you about Marie Antoinette, but like it's kind of on theme. So for the fashion, we have statement jewelry with large gemstones, crowns, long trailing dresses, ballroom gowns, lace, ribbons, flowing capes, ornate patterned coats and blazers, gold filigree jewelry, tassels, brocade trimming, and pointed toe heels. Yeah, big slay, big slay. It's just how like accessible is the Baroque aesthetic for a daily wear nowadays. It's just not accessible. But like, why isn't it? You know, like, why aren't we together as a society making gowns just more accessible to people, like financially more accessible, just logistically more accessible? I don't know, somebody should work on that. Someone should invest into this idea, because I really think it has potential. Going next into Bastardcore. Am I even allowed to say that word? I'm not sure. It's supposed to strike your fight or flight response. It consists of friendly images along with shock humor themed captions or images that seem out of place and are uncomfortable to look at. One could argue that Bastardcore is an extension of the cursed images meme. This aesthetic is commonly used by people who would refer to themselves as feral. I mean, I would most probably like hate to interact with people like this, because I really am struggling to know when people are joking or like serious. So people that are like dead tone saying something and they just, yeah, it was a joke. I can't deal with that. I'm sorry. Just be straightforward to me. Tell me what you mean. I can't. At the same time, I'm like using sarcasm as my main form of humor. So in the gallery, we have a lot of memes that are supposed to be feral, don't have a lot of fashion. I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry, it goes into the trenches. I'm sorry, it goes into the trenches. Don't come at me. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. BDS, did I even open that? Is this still a PG-13 video? I hope so. Sensitive content. Warning, this article has a heavy focus on topics of. I respect it. It's iconic. It goes into the slay, but it shall not be discussed on this video because, yeah, I would love to get monetized. Beach bunny. Girl or a young woman who spends a lot of recreational time on the beach. The golden age of the beach bunny culture took place from the 1950s through the early 1970s. So the fashion is bikinis, bucket hats, tulip hats, short shorts. Notable figures are Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley is a beach bunny, apparently. I mean, it's very iconic. It's just those girls that are on the beach every day, all day. Is it different than the surf girl aesthetic? I'm sure we're gonna get into the surf girl aesthetic as well. But this, I guess, has the style of the 50s and 60s bikinis. Yeah, it's a medium slay. Medium slay is good enough. I mean, a lot of these aesthetics would love to be in the medium slay, but they're not. Beatnik. Beatnik was a media stereotype prevalent throughout the 1950s to mid-1960s that displayed the more superficial aspects of the beat generation literary movement of the 1950s. Elements of the beatnik trope included pseudo-intellectualism, D-word use, and a cartoonish depiction of real-life people, along with the spiritual quest of Jack Kerouac's autobiographical fiction. So looking at the pictures, I'm seeing very like French beret, black turtleneck, sunglasses when it's not even sunny outside, some drums, just people being very not like other girls, I guess. I guess this is giving Cole Sprouse vibes, but like in the 1950s. So if Cole Sprouse was born in the 1950s, I think he would be categorized as Beatnik. And because I just saw too many videos making fun of how many cigarettes he smokes in one podcast and how he makes fun and talks badly of all of his ex-partners, I just don't have much affinities, unfortunately, with Cole Sprouse. I'm sorry, bestie. Maybe sometimes it's your fault and not everybody else's. So for that reason, Beatnik, I feel like it's a little bit pretentious. I think it's a little bit annoying as a character, as a style. So it's going into the trenches, but with high potential of maybe getting into the medium if you are just a bit less pretentious. You don't have to like choose a name for your aesthetic to be different than everybody else. So I'm already kind of reaching the limits of like digesting information and giving information. My brain is liquefying more and more with each second. So I feel like this might be a good moment to stop. But I'm looking forward to ranking the other aesthetics. So if you like this, interact with the buttons below. Go watch my previous movie. I worked so hard at it. And just go vibe. Have a nice day. Enjoy yourself. Go out. It's spring. It's sunny. Have a strawberry picnic. Have a sweet drink. It's on me. Like spiritually, not like literally. Okay, bye.